When I got to the place, it was not a house, it was a cemetery environment. I was injected with human blood, and I was asked to eat flesh, a human flesh. I said, okay, if it will give me what I really need, good and fine. So they asked me if I've killed before. I said, I've not killed, but I can kill. He said, okay, no problem. An assignment will be given to me. Because of time, if I'm not making any mistake, I have killed more than 7.
Go ahead.
I've killed more than 7 for this same particular person.
For this same particular person, preaching holiness, prophets, tie head. Go ahead, sir.
Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. On this chapter, I want to talk about this biggest charlatan, another big charlatan in the country of Nigeria. You know, Nigeria has become a witchcraft village. It has become a village where all these sorcerers are operating and where all these sorcerers are confusing and manipulating people, the citizens of Nigeria, the pure, true believers of Christ in Nigeria. But it's said that these people, we can't keep calling them true believers of Christ because they've chosen a path which leads them to darkness. They have chosen a path which leads them to hell. Following people like Jeremiah Omoto is not justified. It's not something that we can pardon you to say, oh, maybe they're still Christian believers, or maybe they're still believers of the true gospel of Christ. Once you have fallen into the trap of Jeremiah Omoto, already you are disqualified. You don't qualify anymore to be called a true disciple of Jesus Christ. Because Jeremiah Omoto does not stand for anything that is Christ-like. Jeremiah Omoto does not represent anything that is of the Holy Testament. Jeremiah Omoto comes to just lie to people. He's an original ritualist and occultic and charlatan of the highest note. Don't be fooled by those PR and marketing strategies that he uses when he invites poor people to his church. Some of his people are stage-managed people. And he starts giving them money in church, taking pictures so that he can buy your affection, so that he can buy your sympathy to think that this man is giving, this man is doing charity, this is a true man of God based on that. That doesn't qualify Jeremiah Omoto to be anything near or close to be a true servant of God. Omoto is a cultist, he's a mafia of the highest note. He's a mafia, the thuggish mafias of Nigeria that all the people that are, all the believers in Nigeria should be on the highest alert of. All those things that he does to try to buy your affection are a PR stand. It's a marketing strategy to clean up his image so that he looks holy, he looks humble, he looks like he cares for the society, like he cares for the people by giving them money. But all that is not coming from his heart. He's just doing that to justify his own, his own persona and boost his own ego and dip more and deeper into your pockets. Every time he gives 30,000 naira, he gets 5 million in return. Because people will say, oh, the man of God is giving, let us also give him. But Jeremiah Omoto is a thug of the highest nature. In the next confession, testimonial that I want you to listen to is coming from a former bishop. I don't know if he's still a bishop, but he was hired, he was consigned by Jeremiah Omoto to go on an expedition to assassinate another charlatan who calls himself another prophet of God as well. Because in Nigeria, believe you me, anyone that calls themselves a prophet, they are charlatans and they are all occults. They are all, ritualists. They are all witch doctors that are well decorated, that are just using the Bible to milk the Nigerians, to milk the gullible believers in Nigeria. So the confession you're going to listen to is coming from a guy that was assigned by Jeremiah Omoto, that was working for Jeremiah Omoto. And he actually killed about 7 people under the direct commands of Jeremiah Omoto. And he was initiated by the secret society which Jeremiah Omoto is affiliated to. And in that secret society, you will hear his confession. You will hear his testimonial. He was made to do things. He was asked to bring his own family for sacrifice. He was made to eat human flesh so that he can become part of this occultic secret society that Jeremiah Omoto is affiliated to. These people are ritualist people. These people are not of God. They're just here to carry out their evil agenda of becoming rich at your expense, at the expense of your faith and at the expense of your belief. Because what they're doing, they're just diluting all the sanity that you have within the body of Christ, all the true beliefs that you had prior. You joined these occultic, shrines, so that they can give you an entire different way of worship, an entire different of submitting to a God that you don't even have an idea of. Tell me how many of you have been helped spiritually by Jeremiah Omoto? When has he ever enlightened or even uplifted your spirit to a point whereby you could feel the presence of God in your life? Tell me one incident. It never happens. The only thing that happens when you leave those shrines, you feel like you'll be a millionaire tomorrow. You feel like you'll bump into a marriage just because that charlatan has prayed over you. Those are ritualist people. Those are occultic people. Those are murderers, mass murderers. All these philanthropic and charity works that they do, they're just trying to clean up their images so that when allegations like this come to the light, you never believe them, so that you never buy them, because they've already sold you an image that you will use to protect and defend them. You are being played, Nigerians. You are being played. If you're still subscribed and affiliated to this charlatan called Jeremiah Omoto, repent. Discontinue following these charlatans. Cut anything that connects you with these charlatans. After you hear this testimonial, believe you me, you never want to set your feet anywhere that Jeremiah is presiding. Any event that Jeremiah is presiding as the prophet or as the leader of that cult. It's a shrine that Jeremiah Omoto is running. Listen to this testimonial. It's a bit long, but it's worth listening to, because it's going to enlighten you. You are going to discover certain things that you never thought you would ever believe. I know people will be tempted to discredit what this guy is going to be saying, but put it into perspective. Put it into perspective.
My name is Prince Ufomamina. I have a church. I'm a senior pastor of Elevation Christian Ministry.
Formally, you are not pastor now. Formally what?
Formerly senior pastor of Elevation Christian Ministry. My church is located at Ororokwe Bank Street. I have a branch in Abraka after the campus 2. My life is a big journey because of desperation. I have this great desperation for wealth, fame, and crowd in my church. When I started my ministry, every other person I've met have always given me the same advice, that genuinely I cannot make it. Something has to be involved. That desperation took me so far. There is no state that I didn't travel to. When I was by Papa talking about cemetery, I've slept in the cemetery for 7 nights. Just in quest of, not just the cemetery, they have to dig a fresh corpse out for me to sleep. Then in the morning, I will go out. In the night, I will come back to be sleep in that same place for 7 nights.
You promised me you will not make noise. So please calm now so that we can concentrate. You have not heard anything. Why are you making noise? Please be calm. Don't delay my time. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
So things was not working for me, and things were still the same as it used to be. Members were not coming. Money was not coming. All my effort was fruitless. So I have to still meet with pastors, quest for I need help, which led me into, I met with a pastor friend and he said there is no way they can help me until I belong to their family. I said, what is your family? He said, I must be part of what he's doing. What are you doing? He said, if you can trust me. I said, tell me anything. What I can do, you cannot even do it. So tell me anything and I will do it. He said it belongs to a black house. I said, that one is a very little something. At the end of the day, I was initiated into black house as a black house member. He took me to where it belonged. I did everything required. I should get a human blood. I got it. The same thing. It wasn't working. Things were just as it was. Rather, it was getting worse. So, still for the quest of power, I met with great men of God. There is no pastor in this state and outside this state that I have not come in contact with. I know what I'm saying now. I know the end of it is definitely they will come after me because there is none of their dirty job that I don't know. And I have not worked for them and I have not done. The prophecies, the miracles, the planting, the stunting food, everything, most of the assignments were being done by me. Because they said, if I do it, they're going to help me. At the end of the day, nothing was working again. I was introduced to a great man of God, well known in Warrior, at the church, close to the DSC roundabout.
Calm down now. When I never hear anything and they make noise. Calm down. Please go ahead. Free indeed. Can you relax? God bless you. Seize your mouth. If you open your mouth again, I will say something you will not like. You have not heard anything. You are making noise. Go ahead.
I was introduced to him and I had a meeting with him. The meeting was done inside the car. That was my first encounter with him. And he said, can you trust me? I said, what you can't even do, I can even do it. He said, really? I said, yes. He said, will give me first assignment to carry out. He said, if I need somebody to go with me. I said, I don't need escort for my assignment. I do my work alone because I don't trust anybody. He said, okay, my first task, there is a church that is against him and is against the church. I said, okay. I've never been here before. It was this whole assignment that now brought me to Free Indeed.
Can you relax? Please go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead.
Before the assignment, I was asked that before they can trust me, I must be initiated.
Video, if they want to video their phone, let them video. Leave them. Why are you leaving? This is an open... what are they hiding? Video, anything want to video. Leave those corner. Witchcraft. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Be calm now, please. Go ahead. Please. Amen. Oh yeah, please silence. Go ahead.
I must be initiated first. I said, no problem. What is the initiation all about? That people that they must help must belong to their family.
What
said,
is,
okay,
what is family?
it's a fraternity.
What is fraternity?
It's a society, a court. It is called the White Prophet Court.
Go ahead.
So I said, okay. And I was asked, what do I really need? I said, I need crowd. I need weight. I want to be known. He said, okay, but I must know that a blood must be involved. I said, no problem. Whatever it is a task that I can shoulder. My initiation night, I was blindfolded to the venue of the initiation. I didn't know how I got there. I didn't really know the main place, but when I got to the place, it was not a house. It was a cemetery environment. I was initiated with human blood, and I was asked to eat flesh, a human flesh. I said, okay, if it will give me what I really need, good and fine. So they asked me if I've killed before. I said, I've not killed, but I can kill. He said, okay, no problem. An assignment will be given to me. Because of time, if I'm not making any mistake, I have killed more than 7.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I've killed more than 7 for this same particular person.
For this same particular person, preaching holiness, prophet, tie head. Go ahead, sir.
For this same particular person. It was then I was really taught carefully about the prophecy's work. How I get my information. If a meeting is going on, I will be asked to enter the congregation to get information. And how I get my information can never be ascertained by any person. I can get your information to even your blood group and to the last food you ate, and even to the last person that even died in your family, even to your birthday, everything about you, without even talking to you. Just where I'm sitting down, I get my tools. So I've been doing this for more than 2 years now. The miracles, everything you are seeing are stage miracles. We rent the wheelchairs, we rent the clutches. We have people we settle for all those stage work. This was what I've been doing for him and so many other pastors. I've also worked for Mercy Land. I've also worked.
Hey, okay, don't call anybody names. Please, don't call any pastor name. Please, remove any name. Go ahead.
This has been my assignment. When I was initiated, I was asked for, they asked me what I really want. I said, wait. I said, wait. I need money, I need fame. So they said the prize is who I love most must go for it. I said, okay. I gave them the impression that I wasn't married. But I have a daughter. So they said, okay, good and fine. Who do I love most? I said, the girl I was dating. They said, okay. The very night for the assignment, they brought something like a calabash with blood. I have to wash my hand inside. Who I love most is to appear inside the calabash. So I went, I washed my hand as instructed. Only for the face of the lady I was expecting to appear, it was the face of my father that appeared.
Go ahead, save the time.
So I said, no, I can't use my father. That they should try other alternative. They should use this particular girl. So they said, no, okay, they will give me another chance. I should try again. So I went again, washed my hand again for the second time. What I love most was my senior daughter. The face of my senior daughter appeared. It became a serious issue. I said, okay, I needed time to really think if I should sacrifice any of them. These are the 2 people I love most. So I left that day. A few days later, I got a sign that they are trying to carry out the assignment without my knowledge. But they were having difficulty because they need my ears to execute either my dad or my my daughter. Before I got the news that my father that was abroad almost died. In fact, he died. So that was when I blew off. I said, there is no way my dad can go for it. Let's think of other alternative. Any other alternative was I started doing different sacrifice, different kind of things. Trying to see if any other thing will work. But all to no avail. I came out in public not to just say it, but I came out in public to make the world know and to make everyone that knows me as the prophetic professor. What makes me the prophetic professor was the things I was doing. And I came out to declare to the world that I'm no longer a member of the White Prophet Court. I have found a Jesus and I want to be within Jesus. So, what triggers my decision was all attempts to assassinate pastor wasn't working. I came to the church to record miracles, thinking if I would see some of my workers in the place coming here to work. I didn't see anyone. Miracles, everything are real. This hatred that was in me towards the church, I don't know Papa, I've not had any dealings with him, I've not seen him, but with what I was told, I just hate him and I want him to die. So the first day I came to the church, it was not as if I came for service. My father said, if truly I love him, I must go to Free Indeed for prayer. I said, okay, if that will make you happy, I will go. I came that day around 6:30 to 7. Service has not even started. Very few persons. I sat at this very particular line. I was watching everything that was going on, trying to see if whatever is going on are programmed stuff. At the end of the service, Papa didn't prophesy. The miracles are real. I know my work. I know I arrange my miracles.
For those prophets.
For those prophets.
Including your own.
Yes. I know I used to arrange my workers. I know I used to arrange, who can arrange a blood test. Who can arrange patient from the hospital. Who get the doctor's report, everything. Who can arrange, I can fake a woman with big tummy as if she's pregnant, but it's fake.
Tell us more about that. Even the prophecies they are doing, can I talk to you? So
yeah, the prophecies are fake. Now, how we used to get our details. In the prophecy aspect, we have two dimensions. We have details information. Now, the details is also called data. The data is somebody gets your information, collide, make friends with your kids, get your information. Sometimes even trace you to the house, make friends around, gather your information. Then it's being used in service to prophesy. Then sometimes we get our information through form. You fill your form, you talk, you state your problems. Then we now make use of it as prophecy. We worked on it. Do addicting. That's called addicting. We do addicting, then we add to it. Then there's another dimension in prophecy. That one is the washing of eyes. But the implication of the washing of eyes is, if you use that one for a very long time, before you get to your 50s, 60s, the person must go blind. Because the eyes you are to use in the future, you're already using it now. Then there's still a dwarf that comes to the church to give information. When you say, I hear this, the person is not hearing anything. It is the dwarf that is talking. I hear this. it is a dwarf. And all these things were things I was deeply into, working for pastors in and outside this state. So when I met with Papa that very day, I went to his office. I just wanted him to pray for me. I wasn't even ready to talk with him because this hatred was still in me. But at the end of the day, deliverance was carried out for me, and I got to realize that I was in a very wrong track. I was in that track because every person I met was telling me the same thing, that there is no way you can do ministry without sharing blood, without burying things in the church, without arranging miracles, without faking testimonies. So every person I ran to as fathers were all telling me the same thing.
Fathers, that is even outside Delta State, Benin,
Lagos,
everywhere,
Abuja, they are all telling me the same thing. So, and with the quest of my desperation, I just crossed my mind that this is what, I think this is a track. Every person is the same thing. Just like a man traveling into a particular direction, every person are going that same direction. Nobody is showing you a different road. I have never received 1,000 naira from any father except an assignment must be done.
What kind of assignment? Planting? Explain that.
Yeah.
Hold on now, please save the time. Go ahead.
I have never received any money from any fathers except an assignment is done. I do planting. Like when they will give you a prophecy that there is tortoise in your house, there is sham, there is native pot in your house. We have two patterns of doing it. We have the one that I can come to their house. Even you be inside the house, you will not know that I'm in your house. I will come and drop whatsoever I want to drop. If it is your car we want to take, I can come to your compound. Even if you are standing.
Okay, put them at the corner then. Go ahead.
Even if you are standing close to the car. Even if you are standing close to the car, I can come there, put anything I want to put. If it is snake, pussycat, anything. This was
tortoise, anything.
Tortoise, anything. This was how I used to do it. Then the other dimension in this planting is what we call invocation. That is where we enter your house, tell you that there is a native pot that is boiling with fire inside your house. And the house is ties. What I do is I prepare the thing myself. Most of the things I swallow it in me. Then if the prophecy has been given and they want to remove that particular thing that we said is inside your house, what I do is to eat my stomach 3 times. But before then, I must take like 1 full bottle of Lord drink because it works with the drink. So I eat my stomach 3 times. Then that, as you are breaking the ground, that particular thing we want to come out from that place will come out. So this was what I was doing